Arsenal could now miss out on £60 million transfer because of Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard, and a European giant has just confirmed interest in the £45 million star. Stay with me until the end of the video to check out the latest news from Arsenal straight from the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. Arsenal could reportedly miss out on a £60 million signing due to the importance of Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard in the starting 11. The Gunners are expected to spend big once again this summer on new signings, with this week seeing Real Sociedad star Martin Zubimendi again linked with a move to Arsenal, alongside Everton midfielder Amadou Onana. A partner for Declan Rice as well as a wide attacker have been noted as the two positions Arsenal will look to strengthen this summer, as well as clearing out the squad with players who are not viewed as long-term options for Mikel Arteta. Yet one target could now be off Arsenal's radar due to Saka and Odegaard. According to Football Transfers, Crystal Palace winger Michael Olise is keen to join a club this summer where he would be a regular in the starting 11, something that likely won't happen at Arsenal due to Saka and Odegaard. The right-sided pair are arguably two of Arsenal's most important players under Arteta and have started virtually every game this season if available, with Saka and captain Odegaard unlikely to lose their spots in near future. And for the £60m rated Olise, this means a move to Arsenal would make little sense given that he would be only a backup to Saka and Odegaard, with Arteta a manager who likes to stick to his squad favourites. Indeed, Olise would no doubt flourish in North London if Arsenal were to sign the French youth international, but for what the playmaker wants from his next move, the Gunners would be a poor choice for the youngster. Olise is one of the most exciting prospects in the Premier League, with the Palace winger this week tearing Manchester United apart with a sensational performance at Selhurst Park. And when choosing his next move, the forward is within his right to reject a club as big as Arsenal if he feels he won't play enough, especially at a team with arguably the best right winger in the world at the moment in Saka. With Olise also unlikely to replace Odegaard, it makes sense why the youngster would opt for another club where he would be a regular, a decision that can be respected for the sake of his promising career. Cesc Fabregas makes special claim as he predicts the winner of Man United v Arsenal. The Gunners travel to Old Trafford for the penultimate game of the season, where Mikel Arteta's side will be looking for 3 points to keep pace with Manchester City, who can overtake Arsenal next week if they win their game in hand against Tottenham. With United heading into this match after a 4-0 loss against Crystal Palace, Arsenal have been tipped by many to win this weekend in Manchester despite their historical record at Old Trafford, with fans also fuming about who will officiate the game on Sunday. And Fabregas has now given his thoughts on the game. Speaking to Planet Football, Fabregas has now tipped Arsenal to beat United, with the former Gunners captain highlighting how special this game is for the Premier League and how big the occasion will be for both sides. Fabregas said when asked who he thinks will win this Sunday between Arsenal and United at Old Trafford, "I consider it a big game. Arsenal and Man United. They have always been special games. It's true that Man United, at the moment, they aren't at the level that they were in the past. We can all agree with that. I see Arsenal too strong for them, at the moment. I do think Arsenal play by memory. They have confidence, they believe, they have the experience, they have grown over the last year and have improved. So, I do think Arsenal will win that game comfortably. I will not be easy because Man United is Man United. The history, at the end of the day. The badge on the chest. We need to respect that. Old Trafford is Old Trafford. But I consider Arsenal too strong, at the moment. Arsenal's Premier League season revolves around winning on Sunday. With 2 games left to go, Arsenal stand on the precipice of history with the Premier League title within sight, with 6 points from 6 potentially what secures the English Championship for the Gunners. Whilst Arsenal still need City to slip up at least once, the North London side still need to do their part to win the Premier League, meaning the season could live on or die depending on what happens on Sunday. Indeed, wins at Old Trafford have not come easy in recent years, yet Arsenal have shown they have the quality to beat anyone this season, with United's form suggesting they're ready to roll over for the Gunners. Galatasaray are interested in Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey. Several senior Arsenal players could be on the move this summer as Mikel Arteta continues to wield the axe over his squad. The Spaniard has culled a lot of stars from the Arsenal roster since his arrival in 2019, with big names such as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Mesut Ozil having their contracts terminated, and academy products such as Joe Willock, Folarin Balogun and Ainsley Maitland-Niles have moved on. This summer could see some key players leave as Arteta aims to take his squad up a further level to try and win the Premier League. Gabriel Jesus has been linked with a move, but it is unclear whether Arteta will yet want to ruthlessly discard one of his more important players. Thomas Partey is another player who could leave, and there is now interest in him from Turkish giants Galatasaray. A report from Turkish outlet Aspir has now revealed that Galatasaray see Partey as a potential transfer target for the summer window. Galatasaray are seemingly set for an ambitious summer window and have some high-profile stars on their transfer shortlist, and Partey is one of them. The 30-year-old has 1 year left on his deal, and the report claims that Galatasaray were actually keen on him last year, but could not complete a deal. We revealed in January that Partey was close to a departure last summer, before Arsenal performed a U-turn to keep him, but given his injury problems this season, it now appears that he will be available to leave. Thomas Partey could follow Arsenal flop Lucas Torreira to Galatasaray. When Partey joined Arsenal from Atletico Madrid for around £45 million in 2020, midfielder Lucas Torreira went the other way on loan. The Uruguay star was initially a fan favourite at Arsenal when he first joined under Unai Emery, but injuries and a loss of form meant he was expendable, and he hardly featured in the Spanish capital. Torreira then enjoyed a productive loan spell at Fiorentina, before then completing a permanent move to Galatasaray in 2022. The 28-year-old has now made 78 appearances for the Turkish side, who are currently top of the league heading into the final few games of the season, and if Partey joins him in Istanbul, they could form a midfield partnership which otherwise appeared impossible when the two initially traded clubs 4 years ago. Amazing, Arsenal player is not injured, he'll be ready to face Manchester United. Arsenal have received a big boost after some concerning news about one of their players emerged. The Gunners have just 2 games left in the Premier League this season. They face Manchester United on Sunday before hosting Everton on the final day. One Arsenal player missed training this week and that worried a few supporters ahead of the game at Old Trafford. Charles Watts has explained what actually happened. Takahiro Tomiyasu has had plenty of injury issues since he joined Arsenal. The Japan international has the potential to be one of the club's most important players. He can play in every single defensive position and has done really well across the backline for the Gunners. Since February 2022, Tomiyasu has missed a total of 40 games for club and country due to injuries. When Sky Sports reported that the 25-year-old was missing from training on Tuesday, Arsenal fans feared the worst. However, there is a positive update on the situation. Journalist Charles Watts has revealed that Tomiyasu is not injured and should be available for the game against Manchester United on Sunday. The reason why he wasn't a part of the group was because he was doing some individual work indoors. Watts said on his YouTube channel, Sky Sports, picked up that Takahiro Tomiyasu was not involved in the training session. He was the only first-team member of the squad not involved in the session. But word is that it's not because of an injury issue or anything that could keep him out of the game at the weekend. It's more that he was just inside doing some training on his own, but should be fine for the weekend, and that just means Michael's going to have a fully fit squad to choose from. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.